Hello and welcome to Itty Bitty Storytime. My name is Miss Deanna, and I am so excited to do Storytime with you all. This is our last one for just a couple of weeks, so we'll be back, I believe, November 5th. So please keep an eye out for the videos that will be coming up then. But in the meantime, we should just get started. These are all rhymes that we've been doing before, so I'm just going to go through them once. This will probably end up being the shortest story time that we've had so far, just because we've already done so much of them. But repetition is always a good idea, especially with the young age group. And so we'll just go through them once and we'll have some fun. We do have a new early literacy tip, though, of the week. So that will be exciting, and a new book as well. All right, I have Doug here, and we are ready for our welcome song, which is Say Hello to Your Toes. Here we go. Say hello to your toes. Hello, toes. Hello, toes. Say hello to your toes. Hello, toes. Perfect. So we have hands. Here we go. Say hello to your hands. Hello, hands. Hello, hands. Say hello to your hands. Hello, hands. And now we have tummy. Say hello to your tummy. Hello, tummy. Hello, tummy. Say hello to your tummy. Hello, tummy. Perfect. Great way to wake up baby's body, get them going for the day. And now we have ride, baby, ride. So this is our little fun one. We can do the lean back at the end, or the option is up to you for any other kind of conclusion. But I will do the lean back and we can get started. Ride, baby, ride. Ride that horsey, ride. Ride, baby, ride. Ride that horsey, ride. Whoa. So another fun one, as I mentioned before, you can make the second verse a whisper. You can do that in a whisper if you would like, but you don't have to. It's just another way to bring some comfort if baby needs it. But I think it's a fun song with the lean back at the end because it shows a different movement. And that's always really fun for baby. All right, here is one of my favorites called Mix and Stir and Pat in the Pan. So we're making a gingerbread man, and it should be a lot of fun. We're just going to point out some parts of the body, and here we go. Mix and stir and pat in the pan. I'm going to make a gingerbread man with a nose so neat, a smile so sweet, and gingerbread shoes on his gingerbread feet. It's just a really good song to point out parts of the body and to hopefully get a little smile out of baby. These types of songs are just really important for body awareness and for, as I said, just kind of making baby aware to the motions that are happening. So really fun one and very festive if that is something that you enjoy. Okay, we have come to the scarf song. It is the same song. We have gone over how you don't have to complete this with a scarf, but you can if you would like. I do have my scarf here as usual. And we have also gone over the many ways you can complete this song in terms of motion. So feel free to explore any of those. I'm just going to keep it simple, keep doing what we've been doing, and that's it. All right, let's start. I have a little ladybug, ladybug, ladybug. I have a little ladybug. Its wings are black and red. See the little ladybug, ladybug, ladybug. See the little ladybug flying here and there. Now it's landing on the ground, on the ground, on the ground. Now it's landing on the ground and crawling everywhere. The really nice thing about that song is for the circling, you can do it above baby's head, you can do it in front of baby. It's a nice move that you can essentially customize for your situation and for your baby. All right, we have our next song, which is Bouncing, Bouncing. This is extremely catchy. I find it caught in my head a lot of the time. So apologies there if you are feeling the same way, but it's a really fun one. We're gonna do some light bouncing, and on the count of 3, we're gonna count 1, 2, 3. On 3, you can squeeze, tickle, lean back, whichever. I am going to go with a tickle. Those are my favorites. So let's start. Bouncing, bouncing, baby on my knee. Bouncing, bouncing, 1, 2, 3. Now we have rocking. Rocking, rocking, baby on my knee. Rocking, rocking, 1, 2, 3. So I believe I mentioned last week that the additional verse to this song is clapping. So you can use that. You can pull that out whenever baby starts clapping. That would be totally fine. It's another great addition. But the other great thing is you can also become the leader of the song. You can put in whatever action you want. You could do jumping. You could do whatever is appropriate for your child. And that's what's really great about these songs. So we have bouncing and rocking, but it is not limited to those two things. So always something good to keep in mind. All right, we have our new book this week. And our book is called Spot's Opposites. Spot is a really great series to explore with baby. It is usually, the books usually consist of just some simple wording, and that's really nice. And so for this book, we are introducing opposites. We talked a little bit last week about textures and exposing baby to more of them, and also comparing soft versus rough, things like that. So that comparison is also happening in this book, which is really exciting and just another really great way to introduce some concepts, some very, very brief introducing to some of these concepts, such as opposites and so on. So this book has a lot. You'll also be able to tell that it has a lot of vivid, bright colors, which is really great. And here we go. Up. Spot is up in the air. As always, please feel free to add movements to the books. If you would like to express up, you can lift baby, you can lift baby's arms. It is up to you, but if you want to make it more interactive and really start developing those connections for baby, this is a great way to do it. Down. Now Spot is down on the ground and he's eating. Hot. When it is hot, Spot eats an ice cream. If you decide to keep reading this book as baby ages and you're starting to identify colors. You can always ask what colors can be seen on the pages. So this book has a is multidimensional. It has a lot of different things that you can point out, a lot of different concepts to introduce. So it is still a great resource to keep in mind when your baby is aging and possibly developing more interests. Cold. When it is cold, Spot plays in the snow. Plays in the snow. Dirty. Spot gets dirty when he digs a hole. Clean. Spot gets clean when he has a bath. Quiet. Spot is quiet when he reads his book. Noisy. Spot is noisy when he plays his drum. So again, we talked about changing the tone of your voice. This is another great example of a way that you can change the volume as well. So when you're saying quiet, you can whisper or speak very softly. And then when it's noisy, you can raise the volume of your voice. Asleep. Shh. Spot is asleep. Awake. Now Spot is awake and ready for fun. The end. So another thing to just point out is I read these books once, but you may read them multiple times in one sitting, and that is just fine. That is more than okay. And I think again, repetition is fantastic. So whatever works best for you, but this is a really fun one. Spot series is really great, and it's just another thing to keep in mind, another series to think about as you are browsing for books. They also have Spot's ABC, and Spot counts to 10. So those are some things that you're interested in. Please take a look at some more Spot books. All right. But next up, we have Mother, Father, and Uncle John. So this was a really fun one, essentially where we are bouncing and then we are tilting to one side and tilting to the other side. So the last verse goes on and on and on and on, and you can just keep bouncing for that or adding in a tickle, but for today we will keep it bouncing only. Okay, here we go. Mother and Father and Uncle John went to the market one by one. Mother fell off, Father fell off, but Uncle John went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So it's a really goofy song, but it's pretty fun. And the last part is really where you can make it fun and creative with whatever move that you decide to choose for baby. Again, it'll be fun as baby ages. You can really, up the bouncing or change that entirely. So it's just a really fun one to keep. All right. The next song we have is Charlie Over the Water. This is a great one that you can practice with some rocking or swaying. So if you maybe find that baby's fussy, or maybe you just really want to incorporate some rocking or swaying in your day, this is a great song to pull out. It's so short and so easy to remember that it might be a good one to just have on hand, or maybe the easiest one to have on hand. Okay, here we go. Charlie over the water, Charlie over the sea, Charlie catch a blackbird, can't catch me. So at the end I added a squeeze. You can add a tickle or a lift or a deeper sway, but that is just one that you can definitely pull out again in any place at any time. It doesn't take up too much time, and you can repeat it as much as you want. And it's very easy to do that. Okay, we have Creeping, Creeping. Now, this is essentially a finger play, a form of it, and those will really come in handy in a little bit as baby gets older. It's super fun. But for this one, we are going to crawl up one arm, crawl down the other, and we are probably not going to do bunny ears. Again, you can if you would like, but we'll probably, you can do either like some poking or some tickling. So whichever one fits best, we'll go with, but this is a really fun one. So here we go. Creeping, creeping, creeping comes the little cat, but Bunny with his long ears hops like that. So I just did some light tickling in the middle. You can also wiggle some ears as you go over that portion of the song to make it really interactive with baby. Whatever you choose is going to be beneficial because you are engaging in baby time, you're engaging in play, and you are forming that really tight bond anyways. So anything that you decide to do with these songs is going to 110% benefit baby. And that's always something to keep in mind, that anything we do here is strengthening, it's having you spend time with baby, it's just all around fun and beneficial. All right, we have come to Zoom, 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 one of my favorite songs, as everyone knows. And for this one, as I talked about last week and probably a few weeks before as well, you can climb up the arm when you are climbing up the rocket ship, which is really great and also nice practice for later on because kids will be actually climbing up their arm on this song. So it's just kind of like a very, very, very far in advance intro to what they will be doing. And then for the blast off, you can do a tickle, a lift, a deeper sway, whichever one you want. You can even do a deep tilt because that's really fun too. I think for me, I am going to lean back. So here we go. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb on board my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And something else that just occurred to me too is if you don't want to do the countdown with your fingers, you can also do some poking on baby's belly in terms of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a really easy way. You can do little boops on the nose. That would also be another way to incorporate and maybe get some laughs out of baby if you find that baby's really excited about a certain song or maybe has latched on to one that we've been doing. That is awesome. Any kind of positive reaction from your baby is going to make baby associate positive things with those songs, with those actions. So that's always what we want. We want positive connections, positive associations. And so whatever you have to do to make those is really great. So just a little detail that you can add in, a little move for Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. But there's a lot you can do with that song that I'm sure I haven't even come up with. So feel free to go a little crazy. All right, we have already come to our goodbye song, which again, the story time is probably going to be very, very short, but we will sing this with some swaying. And it goes like this. Goodbye, goodbye, we'll see you soon. See you soon. see you soon. Goodbye, goodbye. We'll see you soon on another day on November 5th, I believe. So something to add to your calendars. And now for my new early literacy tip of the week. This is one that everyone's probably already doing in some capacity. It is reading aloud. So it is something that we have practiced over the weeks. Every time I, read a book during story time, that's reading aloud. Anytime you read a book with baby, you're reading aloud. So again, this is probably, if not completely, something that you're doing already, which makes it really easy and really great. But essentially, reading aloud to your baby not only helps baby recognize your voice and, really building that bond with baby, but it helps them connect with spoken and written language. So all we keep talking about is making connections, because at this point, baby is a sponge and baby is absorbing anything that they can. So at this point, reading aloud is helping form those connections. It's helping form reactions, which is what we want, because those help build the connections. And so all of that good stuff, like I said, is probably already happening, but it's just a really good reminder. Another thing to consider and to remember for later on is reading aloud doesn't have to stop once baby can read by themselves. If your child is an independent reader, which is wonderful, you can still read aloud. It has a ton of benefits. Studies show that kids who are read to excel in many areas. And so if you're thinking, oh, my child is too old to read to, there is not any cutoff for that. Obviously, it's a little different if your child does not want to be read to, but if they are, please remember that it is actually extremely beneficial throughout time. So that is my new early literacy tip of the week. I will see everyone in a couple of weeks. So have a wonderful, wonderful short break from here, and hopefully you'll use that time doing some of these rhymes and songs. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.